BoxingVoice.com, live here with heavyweight contender Seth Mayhem Mitchell. Seth, what's going on, man? What's going through your mind? I mean, days are counting down. Saturday's almost here. The rematch you've been wanting is finally coming to fruition. I mean, there's been a setback, cancellation in February. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling great, man. Like you said, man, it's about time. I'm excited about the fight. I put in a lot of preparation. Fight's been postponed, been canceled, but now the date is finally here, so I'm just ready to get in the ring and show and prove from last time out.
Now, how does a fighter such as yourself stay focused, not get, I guess, lackadaisical, don't slack on the diet with all these stop and starts and the cancellations? Is the fight gonna happen? It's not gonna happen. You know, his hand is hurt, it's not hurt. How do you stay focused? How do you stay in training? How do you stay in tip-top shape for this fight to take place?
You have to. This is a part of the business. The delays, I'm fortunate that this is my longest delay to be 7 months, but there's a lot of fighters out there that have been out for 15 months. So, you know, I try to be optimistic and look at the bright side of things, but you can't stay at full tilt 100% when you have that many delays. So my trainer and I, we do a great job of, you know, just staying in the gym, but not overtraining, because you can't really overtrain in boxing. But I think we did a good job, you know, and I'm just always in the gym. I haven't been out of the gym more than 3 weeks, and I believe 6.5 years. So I'm just a gym rat, and that's just how I go about it.
Now, I know that in numerous interviews you've said that this has been a learning experience for you, the loss that you took place, that you've been able to go back and watch tape, not only of that loss, but of other fights and correct mistakes that you've made. Clearly, giving out those mistakes would be giving out the game plan, but just give us a little bit of your mindset, and when you notice those mistakes that you made, were they so obvious to you, or had they have to be pointed out?
They were obvious. It was basic mistakes, you know, especially going against, you know, a counterpuncher, as Johnathon Banks is. He's known for being a counterpuncher, and you know, you can't lunge, you can't reach on the counterpuncher. You know, that's something that we talked about numerous times before the first fight, and I don't consider myself to be a hard-headed fighter, but after, you know, the first round, and even in the first round, those are some of the mistakes that I made, and you know, Johnathon Banks capitalized on those mistakes, and he got the victory. So I just had to go back to the drawing board, you know, take it as a learning experience, try to get better, and I truly believe I've gotten better, but I'm not one to talk a lot, because everybody will say they got better, you know, if they fight, but I have to go out there this Saturday and show that I've gotten better.
Now, Seth, I mean, taking this rematch shows the type of cojones that you have, because another loss back-to-back to the same man is detrimental for any man's career, even with the, you know, the fact that Al Heyman is your manager. It's hard to rebuild from that. Why such confidence? Why not a fight in between? What has Seth Mitchell believing that what happened was a mistake and you can correct it come Saturday night?
I believe in myself more than anybody else believes in me. That's just my nature, that's just my character. And I've said this numerous times, if Johnathon would have outclassed me and outboxed me for 5 or 6 rounds and then stopped me, we wouldn't have this immediate rematch. But I feel that I'm a better fighter than Johnathon Banks. I feel that November 17th, that wasn't, you know, the Seth Mitchell that can show up. That wasn't the best Seth Mitchell that can show up. And on the 22nd, I'm going to show, you know, that I'm a lot better fighter, and that, you know, you can lose, but you can also bounce back from a loss strong.
Now, does it play in the back of your mind that you have to kind of prove to the fans all over again why you deserve to be where you're at, and also that you don't have a weak chin, that even though you showed a bit of vulnerability in the Weatherspoon fight and you got knocked out in the Johnathon Banks fight, this is the heavyweight division, and this is the boxing game. Fighters are going to get punched, and when you're getting punched by a guy 200+ pounds, every shot could be a knockout shot.
I've said it numerous times, it only takes, you know, one shot, and I believe that's why, you know, I'm still learning on the job. But I believe that's why, even though I know I'm fully prepared, I don't underestimate my opponents. I have a little bit of nerves, you know, going into some fights, because you can train as hard as you want, you can be in tip-top shape, you can have a great game plan, but in this sport, it only takes one shot. And you know, a lot of critics, they say this and they say that. It doesn't bother me. In this sport, you have to have callous skin, and that's something that I definitely developed being an athlete my whole life. You're always going to have critics, but I just got to go out there and win this fight, and that's just my plan.
Now, my last question before I let you go. Do you feel that waiting the 7 months for this fight to come together has kind of stagnated you? I mean, you got guys like Brian Jennings that had 2 fights in between, Deontay Wilder, 2 fights in between. The heavyweight division is moving along without you. You and Johnathon Banks are kind of stuck in sand right now, waiting for this rematch. Does that matter, or do you think that this fight between the both of you guys is such a big fight that it basically, I guess, blankets everything that everyone else has done in the heavyweight division, not named Vitaly and Vladimir Klitschko?
Absolutely. And, you know, my motto is I can't worry about what other people are doing. I can't worry about how many times, you know, such and such is fighting. When I get my opportunity, I have to take advantage of that opportunity. I had an opportunity on the 17th, and I didn't capitalize on it. That was my fault. I blame that on me. I put it on my shoulders. And I didn't want to wait 7 months to fight once Johnathon got hurt. But, you know, when you're not your own boss, you don't control things. So that it is what it is. I just, you know, use it as a learning experience, say everything happens for a reason. But this is definitely a big fight. And, you know, the winner of this fight, like you said, it definitely stagnates everything else other people have been doing. This is a big fight in heavyweight.
Well, thank you very much, Seth, and good luck on your fight Saturday night.